Not here. I'm testing like stream quality while we're.
Yes.
It looks okay while we're just recording, but let's see how it does while we're streaming.
All right.
Get your gawks out now, because we're about to stream.
I want to get banned.
Well, we're not streaming it. That's why. I mean, I'm recording, but I'm not streaming.
Oh.
Damn it.
Now we're streaming.
And welcome back to... Never mind.
You were going to say it again, weren't you?
Paradise Gawky.
What?
Ah!
Where the grass
Paradise
is gawk and the
Gawk.
girls are gawk. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. We are going to pick up with session 2 of the stream here. And I mentioned it to my other group. I don't think I mentioned it to you guys. When I watch this stream back, I do a lot of like this, like with my face, because all of my notes are right here in the middle, but all of your faces are over there in my perspective. Yep. And I have to look at you guys for your facial cues so I know how to like act. So if I'm doing like this like 50 times, that's why. I caught that on the last stream, and I was like, why am I doing that?
You could just move your camera.
But then I'll be like this. But then I'll be like this, staring at my notes, and then at you guys, and then at my notes. It's easier to do it this way, so if I have things to narrate, I can look at you when I do it.
Put 2 screens right next to each other.
Now kiss.
What if we kissed in front of the Wendy's on Maxtown Road?
Classic
really
spot.
specific.
Is that near me? I don't know where that is.
It's near me.
Christian, where do you live now?
We're streaming, don't give it away, de-doxing. Or de-doxing. Doxing. Okay.
You didn't say we were streaming, so I didn't know.
I did say we were streaming like 4 times.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. So, getting into it. Session 1 recap of Campaign 3, ladies and germs. For the first session of Campaign 3, the group's characters each went through their days like they would any other. Going through their routines and talking to friends, family, or acquaintances. And when they thought their day would continue on as they normally did, they each went through their own transcendence. Our characters were called forth by an unknown voice and were summoned together to begin a new adventure in the small town of Alondavale. They began in the animal pens and were found by Elizabeth Davidson, a kind woman who brought them to town to meet the locals after hearing each of their strange stories. The group had met Briar. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost my place here. One of the locals they had met, Briar, brokered a deal with them that since they had no money, they could stay with him in his boarding house as long as they helped to do a few favors for the locals. They decided to help gather special plant materials for Melandru, as well as gather stone for Gregor from the quarry. And while they first began in the forest gathering water from pitcher plants, they met a strange girl in the forest who was gathering materials on her own and muttering to herself. Felix did his best to strike up conversation and was nearly immediately rejected, which he responded with fleeing back to his new acquaintances. After returning back to town with the materials in hand, the group prepares to make their journey a second time to the forest to head for the quarry to collect stone for Gregor. So we are going to pick up like delivering the materials to Melandru, so you guys can see what she does with the materials. So you guys, you return through the outer edges of the Alondavale forests with your large jugs full of nectar and water, and I believe soil as well was another one. Along the way back to town, you guys share a few laughs and a few jokes about the blunder of lifting the jugs as you walk through, and see that much of the light has left for the day as evening begins to set in. But with cool air and the falling sun, traveling couldn't be much easier. You guys return to town, and you will find Melandru in her dilapidated greenhouse, if you guys remember, looking over her plants and taking notes in this kind of dirt-covered and soiled notebook. each of the plants that she's kind of doodling in are all in their withered state, and she has sort of scribblings around them. So you guys enter in, and she has this like kind of surprised look that you're back so soon. She's like, "Oh, well, that was rather quick."
Well,
Felix. Oh,
go ahead.
That sweet
I
delay.
was gonna say Felix. You can tell he looks like he's thrown his back out at least 8 times, carrying it to and from. Yeah, we did our best.
She's like,
We've
"Please help."
managed,
Your plants.
we've managed to find what you were looking for.
Okay.
What is this wee stuff? I'm over here dragging 2 of them, just fucking through the door.
She's like, okay, and she like leans, she like grabs the shelf and leans down to look for like a couple empty pots. It's like, bring it here. Shuffles out some dirt, and like she looks around at, let's try this one. And she she kind of pulls this wilted and pretty like you can hear like the water slopping in the mud pot as she pulls this out, and is like, I might have overwatered it. She puts it in the dirt and gets a where's the, she looks at Rigurd's got 2 of them. She'll look at you and be like, "Can you help me lift this one?"
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so just
He's
slowly,
quite prone to dropping them.
slowly. Okay. Okay, and then she goes around and kind of grabs a few other plants and does the same thing where she's repotting them in various things. And a lot of the plants, I think Char, Felix you might know, but Char for sure would, from her time with Leah, like, you'd recognize some plants are just too far gone. And
Badly.
she's going along, and I will say, oh no, we lost Christian. There he is. Let me see here. Who has? That's all right. We'll go on. I was gonna have a perception checks, but nothing's hidden here. So, you guys can see that in the first pot she planted, it had kind of wide-looking leaves. It was only maybe 8 inches tall, and like the leaves were not more than like 2 inches out on either side. It was a bit wilted over the side of the pot, and it very slowly just starts to stand upright. And she's like going through the pots and planting other things, and she looks over. And she gets so giddy and excited, she like runs over to the pot and like stares at it. And she's like doing that like clapping, and she's like squealing. Oh my goodness! This is gonna help so much. Oh, and she like looks. She looks at you guys with like big teary eyes. Thank you.
You're welcome. It wasn't that hard.
What is in the water to make it react that quickly?
Are plants supposed to do that fast?
I might have to do a little bit more research into the exact composition, I suppose, of the nectar, but oh, I'm so happy. Oh, this is gonna do, and you guys can kind of hear like some shifting going on outside as Briar comes in. Well, what's all the hubbub about in here? And she's like pointing and bouncing at the plant. He's like, I see it, yeah. Well, welcome back, y'all. I see you. You finished the first one. Did you get the stone yet?
No,
It's on our to-do list.
We just arrived back with the water and the soil.
Okay. I meant to give you something a little bit earlier. Wait right here. I'll be right back. And she's totally got like those big starry anime eyes staring at this plant.
God.
Some of the you guys can see that out of sort of some of the kind kind of growing at that same slow pace as the plant like rejuvenates from the materials. Pointed downward are these elongated and thinner leaves that were kind of like a dried brown, and you can see like over the course of time that she's watching that they restore to a white a white outline with this like mauve center kind of peeking out. And she's like, oh. This is a very rare flower, and if I can cultivate this, it's going to save me a lot of walking. She'll look at Rigurd since you helped like lift the plant, and she's like, just keep an eye on that. Don't drop it. Don't let it hit the ground. Just keep it right there. That's where I need it to be. And she goes and tends.
Rigurd's just very careful, like, does not break eye contact with this fucking pot, just...
The pot does not have eyes.
Well, you know what I fucking mean. I'm just
Pot
staring
stares
at
back at you.
I'm just staring at this fucking plant and just, like, hands around it, nothing moves, just very still, just...
Yeah. And she's like tending to other pots, and she keeps like looking back at it with this, and then she has a big smile on her face as she keeps working. Briar comes back, and you can hear this like cling, clang, cling in this little box he's got. So, I know you still got to get to the quarry. You might need these. You don't have to take them, but I would recommend it just in case. And he like hands each of you a sheathed dagger. Yeah, you should probably each take one just in case. Does anybody not take one?
Don't say no.
Okay, cool.
It's a pointy object. Of course, Rigurd's gonna fucking take one.
Yeah, I just making sure because there was a player in the other group who didn't take one.
Oh, got any more? Just
Hard mode.
Got him.
We'll start with one for now, and that's really all I got. And they're daggers. I mean, you know, they're pointed and they stab.
But I want my ladle back.
You never had a ladle.
No.
Ladle.
Well, so just be careful on your way back because there could be some hungry animals out there, and I sure would hate for y'all to get hurt on your way back. Melandru, have we concluded our business here? And she's like, oh, yes, thank you. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And, Briar, I have a few things to do, and then I will hand you the reward to give to them later, okay? All right. Y'all know where you're going?
Not really.
Okay, come on. So he
Follows.
He steps outside the greenhouse, and in a similar direction to where you guys came from. He points out. He goes, "You might even see where you just came from and all that. If you go around where you were, you will eventually come upon a stone path. I'm sorry, it's not stone. It's got stones around it, so it's technically a stone path, but it's dirt. It's a worn path with stones around it. Basically, head that way, and you'll probably hear the ruckus. I think the Cunnington boys are around those parts. You might meet Alfric. His arm is in a sling. He'll have his boys with him, more than likely. Any questions?
I don't think so. Thanks for the advice.
Yeah, well, go on, burning daylight.
Oh. And then he like scurries.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. So as you guys make your way back out of town, you can sort of see some lanterns and lights coming on in the town as pre-evening sets in. Traveling back through the forest, You guys do pass the location where you just were with the pitcher plants, a lot of them emptied with the sort of muddied dirt around where you guys spilled the first jug. Around there, you kind of you pass the area where you had met the strange girl, and Felix, you did see like a number of the plants and the foliage that she had interacted with, and she took like a sizable amount when she was working with it. And looking over like the area where she was and the things that she had interacted with, like if you didn't know any better, you would have no idea anyone was even there or had even touched those plants. They look
like as if they had grown back.
More of
like she made it look like she wasn't there, like she covered her tracks.
Like she has like surgical precision when working with these plants. She knew where to cut so it wouldn't mess with the natural look of everything that was there. She was very precise in her work, so as not to take too much other than just what she needed, and she left everything as natural looking as she could when she left.
He'll mutter to himself, maybe other people can hear it, maybe not, it's almost as if she was never there.
I would say that Felix probably wouldn't have... Well, I mean, he probably would have the wherewithal to actually whisper, but maybe he's not used to whispering in a forest or something, so you guys can determine like if your characters would be paying attention to what he was doing, or if they'd be kind of like, we've been here before, wow. So, going deeper into the woods is when the sun begins to lower in the sky and dusk starts to take over the land. Your characters at this point...
Holy shit, that scared me.
It scared me.
Thanks.
Hi, Mr. Fisher.
What's up, guys?
They say hi. He says hi back. Pizza!
Where's your bowl?
Yum.
Gary, where's
On a
mine?
plate.
Your
What,
characters...
you didn't bring enough for the class? Gary, pony up.
He gone.
Feed me pizza.
Aw.
So as your characters are going deeper through the woods, I think at this point it would be pretty fair to say that even the night looks different here than what each of your characters are used to, and this would be among one of the first moments where it kind of starts to settle in, like, I'm really not home right now. I don't actually know where I am. And kind of having those first or preliminary articulations of that kind of feeling. Maybe it's the oranges or the purples of the sky that are a different shade from what you're used to, or there are certain people who do things at this time of day that you unconsciously attuned to being associated with that time of day, or maybe there's a routine that your character had at this time, whatever it is. I think it's fair to say that this is kind of one of the first moments where they succumb to that feeling that they truly are not home anymore.
I think this is the longest I've ever spent away from home. And he, like, clutches the dagger, kind of looking around.
Like clutching
One more
like
step
the
and
wrong
be
end.
the furthest I've been away from home.
We saw that yesterday when we watched it.
Who would be, I guess, walking in front?
Probably Rigurd.
I would say Rigurd 100%.
I agree.
Rigurd, make a perception check for me, baby.
After
Less
the dog
walking and
incident.
more- Yeah, less walking and more clumping around on all fours.
Clomp, 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 clomp.
And then what'd you say?
Perception.
Perception. You...
Aye.
And I'm Mulligan.
No, what was the roll?
I got a 3.
Oh boy.
Uh,
He do be clomping.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just fucking murmuring to myself at this point. Just
Nose to the ground, just sniffing everything. Not paying attention.
Yeah, so I think it would be fair for Rigurd to maybe be a bit overwhelmed by the foreign scents and smells he's been picking up, as well as the different variety of trees where he's used to looking between a different species, whereas this one they're more filled out around the middle to the top, whereas he's used to those lower trees. It makes sense somehow.
What are you trying to say?
Well, he got a 3, so
I know.
yeah, but Rigurd's eyes are definitely not where they should be. So as you guys are moving along through the forest, you will come across the worn-in pathway that Briar had mentioned. It makes a bit more sense now of what he was talking about. You can see this well-worn dirt and very few shrub path with large white and black marbled stones kind of in a spherical shape along the path as they weave through the trees and lead you to what you assume would be the quarry, as you can hear a few voices coming out in the distance. It doesn't sound hostile in any way. It almost sounds like directive, like one person is telling others what to do. Are you
Do
guys...
we hear any quarry sounds, like rocks being chipped or...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely hear...
Okay, cool.
It doesn't sound like a whole team of people. It just sounds like one person has a pickaxe and then there's some shoveling, along with, like, the dumping into, like, a wheelbarrow of some sort.
I think we're on the right path, guys.
Sounds about right.
So as you guys approach the source of the noise, you come across where the tree clearing kind of ends over a patch, and the pathway leads you there. You come across where the trees are gone from the area, and there is how big did I make it? There's about a 20-foot drop in this pit. There is a decline of a pathway going around the edge, and you can see at the lowest portion there are 3 people. There is a boy who looks like he may be in his teens. He is the one with the pickaxe, kind of chipping away at the strata. There is a much younger kid, maybe 6, 7, kind of in that range, who's doing what he can with a shovel to lift it up, like, kind of warily and get it in a wheelbarrow. And then there is a third, much older individual who's got, like, wavy kind of brown and graying hair, who his arm is in a sling, and he's directing the two, and like, no, like, that's not how you hold the peg. That's not what I taught you. Pointed end, swing. Put your hands down and pull. And the guys, the teen boy is, like, breathing pretty heavy, and he's like, yeah, like, I got it, whatever. And he's chipping away at it. What do you guys want?
Felix will attempt to make a joke. I guess they don't have child labor laws in this town.
So the kids definitely stop, and the guy's like, what?
Hi, we're here to help.
Hold up, boys, hold up.
Yeah, you guys look kind of young to be working. I mean, when I was your age, I was just running around the field, so I don't know. This is weird.
Rigurd's taken aback by that joke. He wasn't expecting it, and he finds it fucking hilarious. So he's trying to hide it, but he's not doing a very good job.
How long have you guys been working like this?
And you can see that, like, he's only got one wheelbarrow in the pit with him. There's like 4 or 5 lined up, but none of them have anything in it. He goes, good morrow. Can I help you?
Are these your children?
Yes. Who are you?
Why are they working so hard?
We've got to get this stone back to town. Can I help you?
We were actually sent to help you.
Yeah.
He looks around. I need no such help.
We were sent by a man named Briar to come here and assist.
He thought you could use the help.
You guys are getting a stone for Gregor and Janice to help build their house. You were not sent to help this guy.
Oh, shit.
It's fine. It's fine.
Wait, so we're getting stone from here though, for someone else.
Yes.
Okay. We just have the choice to help these kids.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
Well, since we're here, I think maybe everybody can take like a break and play for a little bit, and then we'll do some stone chipping. Just show me how to do it, and I'll do it, and everyone else can take a break.
Is there only the one pickaxe, or are there more?
No, there's more tools.
Okay. And they're all at the top of like the quarry where we're at.
There's some in the top by where you guys are. There's also some in the pit, I guess. That's what it would be called.
Rigur's just gonna take whatever tools are there and load them up in a wheelbarrow and start going down into the quarry.
Yeah,
Felix
so
will follow him.
the guy, he kind of like shuffles his children behind him as these fucking freaks like just show up like, let us help you out over here. And he's like,
Welcome to the freak show.
yeah, he like kind of, he backs him up into the kind of one of the corners and is like, now, who you said Briar sent you?
Yes, we're here. Go ahead.
Briar sent us on behalf of Gregor to collect stone for him.
All right, well, make a persuasion check, Hadrian.
But it's the fucking truth.
15.
I didn't say it was a deception check. He's like, all right, well, do you know what you're doing there? You look a little scrawny.
Yeah. Think we'll be fine.
Yeah, all right. I mean, wheelbarrows over here. You can take back as much as you can carry, I guess. It's the light's fading. I won't have too much time here, so
Well,
I guess if you
pitter
wouldn't.
patter, let's get at it, as we say.
What did he say?
Pitter patter, let's get at it, as we say.
He's like, all right, well, I guess if y'all wouldn't mind guiding us back when we're done here, you can certainly take whatever you mind.
Sounds good. Thank you
Looks
for
like a
lending
deal.
us your tools.
All right, well, I'm sorry, where am I, man? My name is Elfric. My name is Elfric Cunnington, and these are my boys. He points to the teen. This is Benson, and he points to the younger kid, and this is Max. And the teen is kind of like whatever, and the kid is like peeking out from behind his dad's waist. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
What was the last name again?
Cunnington, Connington.
Char's gonna look to the little kid and do kind of a cute little curtsy and be like, I'm Char! It's nice to meet you!
Yeah, and Maddie, like, she does like one of these from your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like poking her nose out.
Yeah. And if the little kid's like interested, like in Mally doll, she's gonna try and do like little tricks with her. To like make the kid feel like not
Little
scared.
Put up a loop, and Mally just like jumps through the loop.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he's like, well, he looks real weird at Char. Like, all right, well, you seem friendly enough. Go on, show her what you found. And he like walks over, and he has this kind of softball-sized stone. To you guys, you would recognize it as like a black shale of some kind. It's kind of got those ridges on it, and it's a glossy black. He goes, I found this in the wall.
That's gorgeous!
I mean,
How
and
lucky of you to find that!
his brother Benson is like, it's just a rock, and he like goes back to cling, cling. And Max
No rock! Yeah. No rock is just a rock. Here, let's talk to it. And she's gonna be like, hi, Mr. Rock!
And he gets like all excited, and he's like, "Hello, stranger."
How nice of you to come out and be friends with us today.
Oh, I need friends. I'm just a rock, and it gets lonely in the walls.
Oh, I bet. Well, how about you help us work? You can watch us, or, we can set you down, and you can figure out, where you want to sit in the wheelbarrow, just like actively trying to have a conversation with this kid and the rock. Like,
yeah, and Char and Max just kind of chat for a while with I guess Mally and the stone. Who grabbed?
Sounds about right.
So
What's the rock's name?
I think Hadrian just picked up a pickaxe, and I think
Yes.
Rigurd just has a bunch of tools. And he looks at the goblin like, oh, like takes the rock like he's defending his little rock.
What?
And he leans into Char. He's weird.
Yeah, but we have to be nice to him anyway. We always have to be nice to weird people because you never know if they'll be able to help you.
Why is he
You're the one
green?
talking to a rock.
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. You have to be nice about it, Rigurd, okay? If you want to ask the rock's name, you can very kindly ask, "Hello, Mr. Rock, what should we be calling you? Do you have a name?" Okay, try it.
Well, you see, I already asked for the rock's name, but someone wanted to ignore me.
Well, why don't you do it a little bit more politely this time?
Char, I didn't know you could talk to rocks too.
I talk to most things, just in case they respond, so you never know.
Wow. Not many things talk to me, so I just think it's fascinating.
Well, the more you start talking to things, the more things start talking back to you, So you just gotta
He
start
looks
talking
down at his
stuff.
dagger and he's just like, "Can you hear me?"
This is all very enlightening and everything, but shouldn't we get to work? We're losing daylight.
Yes.
Rigurd, at this point, Rigurd's already at the bottom, just dumps out the tools on the side out of the wheelbarrow and just starts going at it with the pickaxe, which is probably about the size of him.
Yeah, so Hadrian,
Or just about.
Hadrian and Rigurd make strength checks for me.
Strength, you say? Oh boy.
Strength I demand.
16.
God damn it.
Hadrian's rolling good tonight.
It was about to be a 19, but then the dice hit the edge of the screen and it became a 3.
Oh man. Yeah, you guys would think Hadrian has been doing this kind of stuff all his life. He's breaking up big chunks of stone as Rigurd is swinging a pickaxe, and hitting the dirt sideways. You'll hit a few stones right on the hardest point, and the pick just bounces off because you didn't get quite enough of a good swing. And Hadrian,
Can I take my dagger, make a notch around the handle, break that end off to make it a little shorter for me?
you're asking if you can cut a wooden tool with an old dagger?
I mean, you make a perforation around it and break it. It's rather easy.
With a dagger?
Yes!
With a 3, I'm gonna say no. So Rigurd is just whittling away at this tool, and Aelfric comes over like, hey, we don't need to break the tools. What you doing? And he'll show you he'll correct the pickaxe. Swing straight. You're twisting. Put your hands together and come down.
I'm just gonna, hand on top of the pickaxe, bottom of the hilt of the pickaxe resting on the rock, you see how tall this is to me?
Well,
Do you have any goblin-sized pickaxes?
Thank you. Trying to
I'll
make
take
it
this one, and
goblin-sized,
he'll just, if he willingly gives it, he'll just try to take the pickaxe, swing it too.
From Rigurd?
Rigurd lets him take it from him.
Okay.
Yes, gives it. Yeah, he gives it.
Oh,
Oh, Felix.
Is there a
he said?
Is there a shorter pickaxe?
No, they're all pretty uniform.
Fuck.
I mean, like there's
11.
there's variations to them by like a couple of inches, but nothing that would be like feet shortage. 11. You're right between. You've been watching Hadrian get his swings in, and he's getting some pretty good chunks of stone together, and then Rigurd, not really, and you're kind of right in the middle. You'll hit some of the stone, and it'll crack. Like, oh, I did it. And you'll hit it again, and it'll break some off.
He's so satisfied when he hears it.
Yeah,
Like this, Rigurd.
it's
Like
solid
this.
clink.
And you can tell he's taking so much pleasure out of the fact that Rigurd couldn't do it, and he could.
I guess I'll grab a pickaxe and I'll join them.
If I weren't a commoner and I was a barbarian, this would be the point to where I go into a rage and start hitting this goddamn rock.
Rage picking.
Yes! Rigurd's gonna grab another pickaxe and try and fucking hit it.
Rigurd, you don't seem to be making progress here. Why don't you come put the stone that I have so graciously broken in the wheelbarrow over here?
Or you could just grab the stone.
Elfric like hands Rigurd a shovel. Do you know how to shovel? Can you? I mean, it's got to get in the wheelbarrow somehow. I mean, you might as well help out your buddies. No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
you are closest to the ground. Your center of gravity would be best for shoveling.
I can help you shovel Rigurd, and right, Max is the younger one, right?
Max is the
What are
other
you
one.
trying to
yes.
say, Felix?
And Max can help us too, right?
He holds up the rock. Yeah, we can.
Oh, right. So Max and I are gonna help Rigurd shovel.
Yeah, he already had his shovel. And
Felix never tries to purposely insult Rigurd. He just doesn't understand how to like explain things without.
Rigurd
he
understands, but it still gets to him. Just
Saying,
like
you have a better center of gravity. You can shovel better. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't actually mean anything insulting. He's just like socially weird.
Rigurd knows. Rigurd knows for sure, but still gets to him.
So yeah, if you want, you can grab this large chunk of stone that I just cleaved.
Cleaved. So we'll say you guys figure out a good.
He just stares at the stone and like looks up at Rigurd, like back and forth between the stone and Rigurd. Wipes it beat a sweat.
We've spent so much time on Rigurd that I put in my notes, Rigurd sucks at using a pickaxe.
God damn it!
Canon.
I mean,
Confirmed.
fair enough. In my notes, I put Shar is talking to a rock.
Fair enough.
All true things that happened in D&D.
Yep.
Nice.
Continuing on, Rigurd sucks it up and starts shoveling the goddamn stone. Is it like large chunks or is it more like dirt?
Little A, little B. It's stone, so it doesn't really have like a uniform break to it. Sometimes
Right, but
Chonks.
you'll hit those veins where you'll get decent enough sized boulders that you would use for like the side of a house or like an exterior wall, and then you'll break up some other chunks. It's like, well, it's a little too dusty. Maybe we'll mix that into something and make more of a cement. That kind of thing.
Rigurd's just gonna by hand start picking up the larger rocks and let the little kid get the dirt.
Let me see something. Okay.
As the rock falls, do I see any interesting stones, like, that are different than the normal consistency?
Do any of the rocks talk to him?
So none of the rocks
Confirmed.
none of the rocks are speaking.
Clearly.
I will say
Hey, you don't know. They might talk in the future.
Fair.
Big
It's
bad confirmed to be rock.
big bad evil gawk stone.
Confirmed. You
So
mispronounced my name. It wasn't rock. It was rock.
So as Hadrian is going through the stone, a lot of it is just kind of that same gray stone that you guys had seen a lot throughout Elanda Vale. Many of their homes probably got their stone from this location. You also pull out some smaller chunks of the same black shale that Max held up with Char. I don't know if Hadrian was paying attention to that or not, but
Yes, I was.
okay. So he'll pull out some bits of shale as well. He has like kind of a softball sized chunk, which is pretty big, and most of the, I don't want to say remnants, but a lot of the smaller pieces that Hadrian gets, they're kind of the size of, like, I guess dice is the size comparison we probably all have in front of us right now, hopefully. And he would get enough to, let me see. I'm trying to think, how does one measure stone? He gets a couple pounds of it.
But before we get too deep into this description of stone, if he finds anything like more golf ball sized, he will pick it up and keep it as his pet rock.
Oh my god, what?
Nice.
Okay. He will get, let me see here. Oh wow. So he'll get 8 golf ball sized little stones.
Wow.
And one of them say Titleist. It's the stone of teeth least. Lego movie reference.
Yes.
Yeah, he picks one up, and he like softly whispers to it, "I'll call you Havisham."
Call it what?
Do we see this?
Havisham.
Haversham.
Do we all see
Haversham?
this?
Haversham the stone?
Havisham.
Haversham?
Yes.
Okay. You said you whisper it?
Yeah.
But do we see him
Yeah,
whispering
do we notice
to it?
this?
I was gonna say, are we close enough? We're close enough to hear it, right?
Theoretically, Rigurd would be close enough to hear it.
I'm picking up all their bullshit, so I should be close enough to hear it.
Hadrian, make a stealth check. How about we go from there?
God damn it.
Whisper to the stone stealthily.
Roll a
7.
fucking one.
A 7?
If it's a 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
I think Rigurd definitely hears it. I think the rest of you at least see him like pick up a stone and he'll like do one of these like Havisham the stone.
Char is like super happy. Like she is the happiest she's been the whole entire day. Watching someone else talk to a stone, it's like this is it. This is
Well,
it.
does everyone hear this, or?
Felix will
just-
look at his dagger and be like, seriously, why don't you say anything back? And because he thinks everyone else can talk to shit except for him.
So
Yeah, Char is like even happier if she sees that. She's like, thank God these people get it.
You're
So-
making me look bad.
Benson, like, he's like tired and kind of sweaty. He walks over to Felix and he like corrects the position of the dagger in your hand. He's like, you hold it this way. So if you need to draw it, you can just grab it. You had it upside down. Did
Oh,
you?
yeah. Yeah, and he like stows it away in his robe. Sorry, I just got a little distracted. But yeah, did I do a good
okay.
job chopping stones?
He's like, yeah. Best stone.
Do we know how
Cleaving.
much we need to get for Gregor?
He didn't specify, but you guys have to work pretty hard to get 2 wheelbarrows full of stone, essentially, and then Aelfric's boys will be able to get their own. They'll be able to get their own wheelbarrow, and Aelfric, he like looks up, and the stars are starting to come out, and be like, "All right, we best be getting back. It's gonna be pretty dark by the time we get back." And I know this is the DM, so you guys don't have to say it. I have dark vision. I have dark vision. I have dark vision. I know. I know.
Hey, Joe.
But
Criv,
I know.
Joe.
Criv, I don't have dark
I,
vision.
Ryan, it
Wow.
literally says in my notes, quickly letting those with dark vision use this ability to their disadvantage, parentheses, not Arkul, comma, LOL.
Lol.
So, you guys were able to get the stone out of the pit. You're able to wheel up the wheel the materials up and out of the pit. So Elfric like looks at you guys because they have no idea. He's squinting through the very darkened forest at this point. I only have one torch. Do any of you have torches on you?
Can I hold my breath weapon in my mouth, with my mouth open, and use that as a light source?
Oh my god!
I don't think so. I think it's. I mean,
Oh, come on!
That'd be
it'd be
so
cool.
sick.
You're just walking through the forest, just
Yeah.
That would
They
be
do
cool.
How to Train Your Dragon. I mean, come on.
That'd
Well,
be sick.
think of it like you'd be holding a spell, right? It'd
Yeah,
only be
so-
for 6 seconds, and then
It
it'd be
would
gone.
still be so cool, though.
I mean, you can if
he could,
Arkul wants
he
to
could
try.
use it on. He could use it on like a log or something and make a torch.
It'd be cooler to hold my mouth open, but
Yeah.
I'll take the torch.
Yeah, he's asking you guys if you had any.
No,
No.
we don't.
We don't
I would
need it.
actually take a torch.
He goes, "Oh, well,
Can we make a torch?
make a survival check. We'll see if you can find the material with disadvantage. No, you have dark vision.
Out of all the stone we got, none of that's like coal or charcoal or nothing.
Alright,
No.
you're not gonna believe me, but it's a 19.
Nice.
I believe that.
I believe it as long as
How would we not believe that,
If you
Rachel?
roll low, that's when I don't believe it, dude.
Right?
20s are sus with Rachel.
Yeah, like if it's not a 20, I'm like,
Well, 19.
Okay. So Chara's like, I'll be right back. And he's like, well, and she's able to like find some I don't even know what they're called, but like more waxy leaves and like wrap them on. Or what did Shrek do? He had like a spider web on a stick, I think.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay.
I think
yeah.
I think that's how he
tree
lit
sap
it.
or something, right?
Yeah, he had dunk it
Yeah.
in some maple leaf. Yeah. And she'll walk over and have this big stick with like a hunk of mystery on the end, and he's like,
Oh.
he'll tap it and it just ignites. He's like, yeah, that checks out for a 19, I guess. Yeah, sure. And give me 2 seconds here.
Char is gonna ask though who wants to hold it. Like if anyone else wants to hold it, or if she should be the one holding it.
If you don't mind, I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
Believe it or not, we Dragonborn actually can't see in the dark.
Oh.
As
well,
a
I'm
moon
kind
elf,
of-
I have dark vision.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of fires most of the time, so this is good. This is real good.
oof.
And I can actually see in the dark too, but I'm not even an elf.
Wow, I didn't know that tieflings could see in the dark.
I didn't know that elves could see in the dark. This
Felix
is
does not
crazy.
know what a tiefling is.
I didn't.
Okay, well he'll be like, you're kind.
Who sees in the dark?
What do you mean, you people?
I mean, I'm obviously not an elf. That's that.
Would he know that goblins? I feel like he might.
Would he what?
Would he know that goblins have vision?
Rigurd is the only goblin he's met. So he,
But like based on like lore and like stories in the village and stuff. Not that it matters. I'm just curious.
I don't think any of the legends would really. Well, make a. Where's my sheet? Where's my hat?
My super suit.
Where's my super suit?
Frozone confirmed coolest character.
Oh, for sure.
Make a nature check.
Hi-ya! That's cocked. One more time. A 7.
No. Whoop.
What about you, Rigurd? Can you see in the dark?
There you go.
Of course. I thought you knew that.
No, apparently I didn't.
Now.
You can see in the dark, right?
Yeah, I just said I'm a moon elf. I have dark vision.
I think the only person we don't know, Hadrian, can you see in the dark too? Uh-oh.
Oh no, Kern froze.
What
No.
I legit thought he was asleep.
is
Maybe he is
I was
asleep.
like, he's just passed the fuck out.
He's totally. I'm pretty sure he's frozen.
Yeah, he looks
He's half elf, right? So I think he does.
yeah, Hadrian would
Yeah.
confirm that. Yeah, he can see in the dark as well.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I could make a torch for you, Arkul. If you ever need that, just let me know, and I'm more than happy to make one.
I will. I appreciate that very much.
Of course. It's a lot easier when everyone can see.
It would be.
Should we
wouldn't
head
it?
back?
The forest gets scary at nighttime.
I guess we should make sure that we keep our eyes peeled.
Haha, perception check.
For all
Should
of us?
I?
Just Felix.
Okay.
Oh no!
You're the only one who said it.
19. Let's go, baby.
All right.
Eyes back. I do have dark vision.
see?
Sorry.
Oh, there he is.
There you go.
Good.
And
There
I
we go.
will push one of the wheelbarrows if we haven't determined who's doing that.
1 second.
What do I see? What do I see? What do I see? What do I hear? What do I hear? What do I hear?
You just hear in the forest.
I fought.
I don't think that's what he hears. I mean,
That wasn't a line. You just farted.
so I'll tell you what you all see. Y'all see. Whoa. You'll see.
I'm so glad I rolled well on that. Thank you. Thank you, D&D God. Thank you.
Nice. Come on now.
Tell me what I see.
So, you notice as you guys all exit, and I'm waiting for some things to load up. I don't know why they're not. As oh, that's why. Bing. Oh, so clean.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
As you guys exit the mining location, you push the wheelbarrows up, and let me know when you guys can see that, just so I know it's nice and.
I can see it.
I can see it.
As you guys
Trying to
push
make
up and exit, Felix is looking around and paying attention and looking up into the trees. You notice along sort of some of the high branches, there are these very strange, almost like tunneling cuts through the trees, through the top branches. And it has that effect like when you're driving on a road or back streets where trees are bent over the road but just low enough so if when trucks go by they don't clip them. It has that same tunneling effect, and I'll tell you why that's MF relevant,
Oh.
because I need
We
to get
all look so cute, though.
Except for Rigurd. Rigurd looks like a fucking bag of ass.
You're a goblin.
Oh my god.
Do you not remember the goblins from the movie we watched?
But
Yeah,
he's
this
supposed
is-
to be an E-boy, not like fucking Lord of the Rings goblin. God.
This is an upgrade from the movie, at least. Like, from the goblin in the movie, like, this at least, he looks a
Yeah,
little
they
better.
are. Yeah.
It could have been real bad.
Show me the map. Go, go!
oh, damn, I had all my freaking cameras set and I didn't account for Tailspire. So all the cameras are whacked out right now in Discord, so that stinks. Let me, so I will just turn those off for now. That's okay. So as Felix kind of starts to point this out, you'll hear this faint buzzing noise that is you can look around and you'll actually see this thing actively coming through the trees.
Oh.
It is a cubicle shaped object that appears to be made of some kind of goldish metallic material, and it has one eye in the center and these little wings that are rapidly fluttering behind it, and you can see the wings are what's actually cutting through the branches. It has these little wiry dangling arms and legs. I actually have the mini. It's a monodrone for those of you who know what it is. But none of your characters would know what it is. So I'm going to need y'all to roll initiative.
Woo!
Oh shit!
Don't biff it! Don't biff it! Don't biff it! Hey! Didn't biff
Wait,
it.
Bob Saget was just found dead. That's like breaking.
I just saw that.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
Aww.
Fuck!
Sorry.
Karen, I need to ban your phone during D&D.
I got a 16 in initiative. Good thing I got that +1 in Dex, yo.
I got a 19.
Arkul?
What's up?
2.
Char?
4.
Oof.
Our cool, more like our last.
Aww.
Felix, what was your roll?
16.
Hadrian?
I usually roll 2 initiative. to be
19.
honest.
And Rigurd?
You bitch, I got a 19 as well.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and assume Hadrian has faster dex than Rigurd, but I don't know. Actually, yeah, I do know.
All of it pulled up, and we are even on deck. Actually, no, never mind. We're not.
Hadrian's
I've got
rolls.
12.
I'm faster.
His is 13. I mean, it's +1, but his is 13, so we'll just say that's
Fuck.
Hadrian. Okay. So as this thing is making its way through the forest, you can hear it making sort of grinding noises as gears are turning on its internals, mixing with some kind of strange power that is fueling this machination. So it is actually, you know what I can do?
Oh, do it.
Not
do
knock
it.
down.
I don't know what it is, but do it.
Whoop.
Oh no!
I'll do.
Oh, shit, you can actually make it hover?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool!
So it'll be
That's
hovering
right.
over here as it approaches you
Holy
guys.
shit.
So first in the initiative is Hadrian.
They're in the trees!
Are we gonna this thing?
Wait, you
And so you guys
You
can
cut
see
out.
you guys can see it is holding a javelin in one hand and a dagger in the other hand as it begins to approach you menacingly.
He's
How
just
much light am I
standing
getting
there.
from that torch?
So I have
Good.
I have my dagger out. And before I do anything, I say, oh, nice. What brings you here, creature?
I think you can just barely see him there.
Torches are 15 bright, 15 dim.
Yeah, so you can just barely. Well, let's measure.
Big Fire Emblem 5.
Can't see shit.
So what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25?
You can just barely see him.
Joe, did you hear me?
Yeah, Hadrian, is that your action?
What? Speaking? I thought I
Yes.
could just talk.
Yeah, you can, but I mean, if you want to wait for it to respond, that's a different thing.
Do I give up my attack if I wait for it to respond?
Yeah, because it's not its turn yet.
Oh my god.
Fine. I'll take its non-answering of my question since it's not its turn,
Okay.
as it's going to attack me, and I will.
You're gonna attack me?
So yeah, I don't know
I
how well
will-
you guys can see each other here. Here's Char. Here's
I look
Rigurd,
lovely.
obviously. This is Felix for now. Hadrian the board.
Okay.
And Arkul. Whoa! And Arkul.
Oh god.
God, I want to
God, I love
import.
Minecraft.
I want to import Hero Forge so bad.
I need to adjust mine on Hero Forge.
I
God,
made Felix's pose so girly. He's literally like standing with his hands like this.
Hadrian, what are you doing?
You know, Jesus. I'll run up to it and stab it. Screw it.
Okay.
What are you doing here? Stab!
5, 10, 15,
He didn't answer.
Who are you?
25, 30.
You literally stabbed him after you asked him the question. What are you doing here? Ah!
He is 1 space high, so yeah, you can attack him with a dagger.
Okay.
Oh, that hurt me.
Do it. Roll.
17.
Ooh,
Damn.
that will indeed hit.
And I assume 1d4.
Yeah.
Get
4.
commoners, right? With no
Okay.
proficiency or anything.
Okay, 4.
I can show you credit if you want.
So, no, you're good. I can't see it with all the blur.
Oh, sorry.
That's a lot of damage!
Full power.
So, Hadrian, that was 30 feet to get up there, and you did your attack, so I don't think there's bonus action anything you can do as a commoner. So after that, it is Rigurd.
He's a machination. Well,
Oh, I love how he bounces.
it's
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep.
how? Oh, he can actually move 30 feet. Okay. Yeah, Rigurd will move right up underneath of him. And-
You can go next to him. Why can't I move you right there?
You think I'd be able to move him underneath since he's floating?
Well,
Like
I
in Tailspire, you think
I can't even move you next to him.
there's the tree there, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, but alright, hold on. Settings, snap to grid. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, he's gone!
Wait! Oh, I defeated him! Yeah!
No.
Yeah, I defeated him!
I don't know why. If you get too close, he just runs away. So I guess
He flees in my presence.
we'll say you're 5 feet away.
We're good.
Alright. I would like to, try and jump up and grab its feet.
Oh my god.
Okay, make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Did you say it was just an eyeball, though?
No, it's like it's a monodrone, if you know what that is.
Okay.
It has one large eyeball.
Really weird.
Why was my initiative the only good fucking roll?
What was it?
You don't fucking need to know. All I know is that it fails.
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
No, it was.
one. Natural.
I can do you one better. It was a 2.
Yeah, no. So,
No,
I'm sorry, it was a 3, but
so
it was a
Rigurd,
3,
like
that's
he
it.
like paws his way through the ground, and he like in your mind he is like leaping and soaring through the air. And Hadrian, you're like looking over, and he basically gets like 6 inches off the ground.
God damn it.
And that's about as glorious as it was too. Just a quick. And this thing is not intimidated whatsoever by Rigurd, so he's going to attack Hadrian. So Hadrian, you have a javelin coming at you.
Oh.
Oh,
All a part of my plan.
8, which I believe is below. I think everybody has a 10 AC.
11 for me.
Yeah, no. So
It's 11 for Felix, Hadrian, and Rigurd, and 10 for Shar and Arkul.
okay, yeah. So you hear this little like whoo, as the spear like whoo, just barely misses your face.
So he would only have the dagger now, and could I
What?
like reflectively pick up the javelin?
He didn't throw it. He stabbed you with it, or he tried to.
Well, no wonder he missed. That's not what you do.
I know that. That's why he missed. It's Kern. This thing has intelligence of 4. I don't know what to tell you here, buddy. It's pretty persuasive though. Its charisma's like 5, so.
What?
Nice.
After the monodrone is Felix.
He will hesitantly, like, not like sprint, but like jog very fearfully with his dagger out, holding it the way that a quarryman told him to.
The quarryman, Benson.
I forgot his name. I'm sorry.
Benson.
Am I within attack range?
Yes, you are.
Oh, he's gonna try to hit it with a dagger.
Actually, no.
Please tell me I'm in attack range.
Actually,
Fuck.
you're not in attack range
My roll was good. Damn.
because you went 30, and if he was next
Right,
to you, he'd be within 5 feet, but he's
Up in the air.
5 extra feet. Yeah,
Right. So he'll just
you could throw it.
after his hesitant jog, he'll be a little winded because he's never fought anything before, and just be like out of breath, like can't get like any farther.
Char.
Can I look around to see if I see any of these other, like, coming out of the trees?
Yeah, make a perception check.
The twirling.
14.
Yeah. As much as Char can see in the immediate darkness, you only see. So Char would see now that the same kind of tunneling through the upper branches.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like there was only one that was buzzing its way through the foliage.
Okay. And then where are like the two kids
That little
and the guy?
They're here.
Yeah. I can put minis on the board if you want.
No, I was just gonna say she's gonna just hold her action if she can to, like, protect them if need, like, jump in front of a dagger being thrown, you know.
Okay, yeah, we'll say they're
like in front of the kids or whatever. Yeah.
Held action.
I don't need
If
that.
the kid with the pet rock dies, I'm out.
I'm out. Like,
put
she's
some-
just kind of acting more as like trying to stand in between, the thing's line of sight so it doesn't see them.
Yeah, they are not flying. Bing.
Yeah,
they're like over
yeah.
here, like kind of ducking behind you guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
so just kind of hold an action. If I see that thing throw a dagger or a spear towards them, just try and jump in the line of fire.
Okay. So I think Char would
Perfect.
move probably right there.
Perfect. Yep, works for me.
And then bringing up the rear are cool.
I'm pretty much going to do the same thing as Char. It seems that those three are going to take care of that up there, so I'll just move, next to Char.
Do you see the shadows?
Yeah,
I
Can you guys-
know,
can you-
it's so cool.
Can you guys see it? Like,
Yeah,
it
it's
moves
cool.
with your orientation.
Yeah.
it's sweet.
And it affects Char's shadow. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we
So
all
dope.
get Tailspire and it's compatible with Hero Forge and actually get our minis.
Well,
like,
so you actually don't need to get Tailspire. You can just get the file, and then I'll be able to put it in the world. If you get Tailspire, that will let you move your own character in the
I
world.
think that's what he was talking.
Oh, was that what you meant?
yeah, because then
Oh.
like we'll all be able to move our own characters how we can in person, and then
Then you are correct.
yeah.
Okay. So Arkul, ending your turn.
Yes, I'm going to hold my action for anything coming out of the woods.
Okay. Hadrian.
I will stab again.
Stab.
This one is a 13.
Ooh, that one's gonna miss, actually. So Hadrian feels pretty good after he sinks his first one in there. He goes, ho ho ho, and he tries to get another one, but its little legs are like getting out of the way. Are you moving at all?
Am I allowed to use my movement to jump and try and grab the javelin?
That would be an action on its own, other than your attack.
Alright, do I have enough movement to move behind him so that we can have advantage?
Since he's up in the air, you're not actually flanking. You're just kind of surrounding him.
Oh, so no advantage at all.
Not while he's above you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you gonna? Did you want to move at all?
But I will take like 3 steps back.
So like this way.
Yeah.
Okay. He will get an opportunity of attack on you.
Shit.
Okay. Let's see if we can go lower. No, that's a big miss. Yeah, it was a 2, and he had disadvantage, so it rolled to a 7. So 2. Okay. Rigurd.
Best 2 out of 3. Trying to fucking jump up there and grab him.
Athletics or acrobatics again, homeboy.
Holy shit! There it is.
There's what?
Fucking
Natural
nat
one.
20.
Natural 20.
Nat
All right.
20.
So Rigurd will.
Grapple
Hey,
his ass
yeah.
to the ground.
I think I can just turn fly. And this is just so you guys can see where he is here. So Rigurd is
Now
is up close and
climbing
personal.
up it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
hey,
It
buddy.
like can't carry the weight, so it's coming down. Okay. After you,
That's it.
it is the monodrone's turn, and it's like you can hear like the grinding of gears on the inside and lots of metal on metal scraping as its wings are like fighting the intense weight. It is going to try and
Fuck you.
it is going to try and like dagger at you wherever you are.
I'm fucking squirming around.
Oh god.
I'm squirming around.
Oh, that's fine. I don't think an 8 hits you.
No.
It was an
Nope,
8
it
last time too. But that's
Yep, it
all
was.
it can do. So Felix in prime attack position.
Oh, he gets right up in prime, baby. Right up in the prime.
Prime.
Get him, Felix. I got it.
He's gonna be like,
Hold on. Just
you bastard! And like, it's just like his voice sounds so different when he takes a swing. 16.
Demon Pry comes out.
So the 16 will hit. I also want Felix to make an intimidation check.
Probably not gonna do too much.
Does Demon Pry
18.
come out?
Okay. So yeah, Rigurd, as you're standing next to Felix, he actually comes up and he's like, you bastard! And he actually turns it on a little bit, and even Rigurd's like, oh, I'm intimidated. So 16
As
does
this is
hit.
happening, Hadrian screams, "Let's fucking go, lad!"
Damage is a 1.
All that
I guess.
buildup.
Well, he doesn't get +1 for the dex. He doesn't get proficiency, does he? For damage.
I believe a dagger is
commoner.
the only thing you are proficient in. I don't have Discord up, so I can actually check.
I mean,
the
he
sheet
does
here.
he has just +1 to dex, so I guess that would be a 2 if that is added, but I can't remember if it is or not. I don't think it is if you're a commoner.
Commoners are proficient with daggers.
Yeah. So
See-
2 damage then, I guess.
You would add your
My +1.
Wait, all commoners are proficient with daggers?
yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Well, missed that earlier.
Is it +1?
Huh?
Would you have added 1?
Yeah.
That's fine.
You have the +1 dex as well, right?
Ret can. That's fine. We haven't done a whole lot of damage where it would really matter in this particular situation, so I'm fine with just adding it in. Okay.
Sick.
After Felix is Char. Bink, 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 bink.
Well, I mean, I'll probably just stick. I mean, Hadrian didn't get hurt, right? He didn't get hit.
No.
No.
Okay. I guess I'll just kind of stay where I am and just kind of like be like, you know, keep on the lookout if there are others. Like I see this one. I haven't seen any other movement, but just kind of like keep an eye out.
Okay. Make a perception check. Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Actually,
Okay.
there's nothing to see.
Okay.
Arkul. So yeah, you guys can see that this thing is starting to get worn down pretty good.
I'm just kind of gonna stay in the same boat. I'm gonna stick next to Char for right now and check on the guys behind us and
Hello.
kind of.
What'd you call this thing again, Joe?
Monodrone. Which none of you would know what it is.
We'll let
They
them
look
take care of it
weird.
since I got it right now.
It's like Mike Wazowski.
Give encouragement.
It really is. God.
Yeah, I
Like
haven't
mechanical
really-
Mike.
See if I can find it in the time being. Hadrian for round 3.
So I'm gonna bull rush it. Well, I guess wait. Does Rigurd have it like pinned to the ground?
No, he's just holding it.
I guess define holding it. Like,
If it tried to move, its movement speed would be 0. That's literally it.
so are they grappling
I'm gonna get
standing
smarter
up
here.
then, essentially?
Yes.
Pretty much,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright. Never mind on the bull rush.
But you still
Can I run
can.
around behind it? Think I have the movement.
15, 20.
Kind
Yeah.
of behind it.
Yeah, so you can have advantage on it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the dagger again.
Dagger. I can't find it, so I won't worry about it.
15.
Ooh, 15's what you needed.
And I think I had a +1. Is it +1 damage that I get for proficiency, or is it +1 to roll?
So when you're proficient, when you attack, it's your proficiency plus your attack modifier, or plus your strength or dex, whatever modifier you're using. I think yours is dex.
Yeah.
So commoner proficiency across the board, doesn't matter what level you are, is 2. So 2 plus your dex mod is +3 to hit, and then you'll just have that +1 to your damage since that's your modifier.
Okay, and that is a 3 + 1, 4.
4. How does it die?
Oh,
I grab the. Does it have hair?
No, it does not. It's a metallic exterior. It's akin to a
I
robot.
can grab.
It's
like, a
got pretty
back-
thin metal wings.
It does have wings, yeah, and very thin arms and legs.
It looks like it has, like...
Is there anything that I can like grab onto?
Is there what? Sorry,
In the head area, is there anything I can grab onto?
your mic keeps cutting out. It sounds like you're asking, is there anything to grab onto?
Like in the like head region. Like, is there anything where I could like pull his head back and slit his throat?
It's a metallic cube, so it doesn't have a throat per se.
Okay, I just stab it.
like imagine
I'll-
it's like Mike Wazowski with wings made of metal, basically,
Okay. Yeah. No. Then I just stab it then.
Okay,
in the eyeball.
so Rigurd is like grappling with this thing, and then in slow motion almost, he'll like get his arms up under its arms and pull it back, kind of separating some of the metal as Hadrian just stabs into the gears, and all of its internals, you can hear them clanking and shifting as they can't operate around the dagger anymore, and things start to, you hear like springs popping and metal falling out of place. So as per monodrone rules, as soon as like everything like shifts and stops, twitches, and then its little arms go limp, and the entire creature itself just it disintegrates completely.
Holy shit.
Like
So-
out of existence.
yes,
Does anything fall? Any like thing fall off of it?
it does. Let me switch back over to the right monitor here. Oh, actually, I need this.
I thought he was going with explode.
I was gonna say, like, oh, half the party here can't...
Yeah, I mean, hey, we've all fought like electrodes and golems in our day. You know they're gonna self-destruct.
Right.
I was
Always.
watching a Radical Red Nuzlocke, and a chancy metronome self-destruct on a Dragon Knight.
Oh no, did it kill it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's a fairy! Wait, would self-destruct be super effective from a fairy?
So,
It shouldn't
I'm not
be-
sure it was metronome, so I don't know what that. I don't know if type matters in metronome.
I don't know. That's a good question. But
Save
anyway,
that for later.
yes, so let me switch gears here. So yes, the only things it drops its javelin, the dagger it was carrying, as well as, oh damn it, I shouldn't have switched screens yet. That's okay. That's all right. So let me copy this real quick. Oh, actually, I don't need to switch over. So I was there is something I need to drop in.
And what did you call it again?
Monodrone, but your characters do not know that. It's just like, so if you guys knew what it was, we could get on with it. So it drops its weapons as well as a crest that I am sharing in the general group 2 chat. So I will go in here just real quick for the stream.
So cool.
That's awesome.
Damn it. So this is the size of, almost the size of like the palm of your hand. It's a metal crest of some kind, where the entire front of what you're looking at here is completely glossed over, made out of fine metal, it looks like. Group 2, bang. And it's even so well done that like where the white meets like the different blues, there's like space between them a little bit, so it's like they're different pieces kind of all formed onto one, rather than one that was maybe made out of a mold or something like that.
Alright, I guess I pick up the dagger first and give it to Felix. And basically just like give him like a nod of approval for his like bold attack.
I've never killed anything before. And he just stares at both daggers like, what have I done? But like in a good what have I done way, like what can I do?
And then I pick up the javelin and the seal and and the crest and start to examine it.
So Max,
What's that blue thing?
Max, the little child, like as Felix is asking that, like sprints out of the forest and like gives Hadrian's legs like the biggest little hug, and he was like, "That was so cool!"
That was totally wicked.
And
so that's what I'm envisioning. That pit.
He's like, "Rad, I thought that was the coolest thing ever." And
Do you know what that was? Is that have you ever seen something like that before?
no, but you killed it real good. It was so cool.
Well, thank you. Yes, it's something I've had to unfortunately get used to doing in my time. I don't wish the same for you.
Alfred he comes out like, "Max, god damn it, now get over here." I don't know what that was, but that was pretty good fighting, I must say. It's, and his arm is, like gimped in its little sling.
Thank you.
That was mighty impressive.
Do you recognize this? I show the crest.
Not really. I mean, we have a few neighbors around here, but I don't know much about politics. We need to get back to town as soon as we can, and Briar might know. He's the most traveled out of all of us.
Okay, yeah, I think we need to sort this out, especially if these creatures if there are more of these creatures. See if anybody has any information.
Yeah, let's get back.
So, does any of us know what that crest is of?
Nope, none of you would know.
I can add javelin to inventory. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, just basic bitch javelin. And Felix, basic dagger.
Double daggers?
Oh,
Hot.
Double daggers all the way across the sky.
Well, he's not. He can't dual wield, can he? I feel like, don't you have to be a fighter to be able to do that, or like a melee?
You can, but you won't have any kind of proficiency with that, and you can't attack. So, no.
Just hold him.
So
there's nothing saying you can't hold two.
You can hold it. Yeah, you'll look really cool.
He will hold. Yeah, for aesthetic, he'll hold two when he fights.
I mean,
the second one is for emphasis.
Yeah, technically you could attack on your first turn with the left one, attack on your second turn with the right one. So,
Well,
you know.
Can you throw one?
Eh.
That's kind of what I was envisioning.
Yeah, we have one to throw now if you want.
Nice.
Okay. So, with your weapons and new mysterious item, you guys head back to
Be
town.
mysterious.
So, very nice. So, returning to town takes up the remainder of the light that the day had to offer, as the stars that normally lie invisible overhead during the day are now as vibrant and as beautiful as ever, as the surrounding galaxies and nebulae provide a blanket of color over the small town of Elenda Vale. So,
Vision.
what?
It's a good. It's a good thing we all have dark vision.
I didn't say you couldn't see.
I know, you were just saying it's night. I had to point out that we all have dark vision.
Okay. Except for Arkul, lol.
Except for Arkul.
Torches
Nerd.
aren't going to take out that much light.
So, as you guys are returning back to Elenda Vale, you guys can see some heads poking out from behind windows and from their buildings where maybe they were having conversations with other people. You pass sort of a half stone, half wood, with arched wood supports, with a building with a sign on the outside that says the Silent Island Ale House. And as you guys go back to town, you see Briar is we'll say everybody meets by the statue of the Traveler, if you guys remember that one. As you guys all approach the statue of the Traveler, it's the object it is holding is still aglow white, as when you guys were on your way there, Gregor and Janice, you guys caught their attention and they followed you over, as well as Briar and Melandrew is there by the time you guys get there. And I need a couple d6s. So, as you guys head to the statue of the Traveler, many people have gathered around, and all of them are like kind of fucking impressed that like you guys have just done a lot of work in a relatively short amount of time. And so Briar is first up. He's like, well, I'll be damn, y'all. I think y'all earned a bed tonight. Wouldn't y'all agree? And the crowd kind of cheers on for you guys. He goes, Melandrew, if you want to, you have your... And she goes, oh, yes. And she is going to give it to... I reroll a 6. 1. That is Arkul. So Melandrew walks over to you, and she has this... kind of like those pretty typical like triangular beakers, and it's got a cork pretty well in the top portion of it, and she hands it very carefully to you. I was able to make this with some of the plants I was able to restore. This is kind of like a glue, but if you apply it to two things, they will never break apart. Pretty cool, huh?
That's amazing. What do you call this?
Super glue.
Wow.
That is so interesting.
Do not get it on your hands. And she like lifts up her hand, and she has like a leaf like on her thumb. It's like, it won't hurt anything, but it will get annoying. And
we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And Briar's like, well, it's super glue. I like that. All right.
Super glue.
And
You said that was what, a vial or something?
yes, a vial. Yeah. It's a very thick, like Elmer's glue. It's a very thick white liquid. It's not very viscous. And then, okay.
Thick.
So then Briar's like, well, all right. Gregor, did you have? And you kind of hear from Gregor's like, oh, I think I had some. And kind of out from behind him, Elizabeth kind of shoves her way past him, and he's like, oh, all right. As Elizabeth approaches, I rolled it was a 1 again, so Arkul. She comes up real close to you, kind of, and because Arkul he's pretty tall. Elizabeth is not nearly as tall as you, but she very carefully looks behind her, kind of side-eyeing back, and she makes like one of these gestures to Arkul. Like to bend down closer.
Bend down.
You can feel this little object sort of drop in the palm of your hand as she whispers, and I'm going to try and whisper in the mic. We'll see how well it comes across. As she whispers in, I think Arkul has ears?
Ear holes.
Yeah, you have ears in your portrait, so that's good. She whispers, only to Arkul. None of the rest of you can hear that. Actually, hold on. You know what we're going to do?
Whisper chat and Discord.
Ryan, you and me are going to the private chat.
Woo!
Badoo.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to leave. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So she will whisper to you, I was going to give this to someone very special, but I think you deserve it far more than they do. Please do not look for me.
What is the object?
Are you gonna like look down at it?
Yeah.
Okay. It is a. I don't have my notes, but I know what it is. So it is a. I don't want to say dainty because Arkul's pretty big, so it's smaller than what he would wear as like as a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
But you know he can tell. It is a very dainty gold chain necklace, maybe real gold, maybe not. And on the end of it, it has this gold wiring that holds a pink crystal in place. The crystal's only maybe an inch and a half long, and it's pretty evenly cut on all sides. And it comes to a point where it is not held in place by the necklace mounting.
Okay. I'm writing all this down. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
If I look weird.
You're good. I'm going to move us back to the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Bless
not
you, by the
looking
way.
forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan, you have to do your camera again. Thank you.
So what did he tell you?
So she whispers something to Arkul, and then she very quickly steps away and kind of ducks back behind Gregor, where he like looks like Elizabeth. Okay, well that was weird. And Briar's like, all right, well that was, super glue. Wow.
He wants that dragon cock.
He wants that super glue.
Oh, you said it was a thick white liquid.
Thick white liquid.
You did this. God,
Oh my-
goddamn, Kristen.
You did this.
It's funny how you get closer, but your voice gets farther away. like this is what I heard. Like, you did this.
My eyes are watering from laughter.
Microphone
Fuck my
tricks.
makeup doing that.
Okay,
I have to
so
take off my headphones to do that.
yeah, so Briar, it's like, well, I think we're all in a much better place now with these helpful strangers. Move my camera a little bit.
Does Gregor not come up to us anymore?
No, he's kind of looking behind him, kind of like trying to decide if he should talk to you guys or chase after his wife. He's not really sure in the moment. He was caught a little bit off guard. So Briar intervenes, like, well, I think y'all have earned yourselves a place in my home. If you would like, I guess you have all your things already. I can show you the way.
Before we go, the thing we fought dropped this crest. Do you recognize it? And I pull the crest out.
Yeah, and he's like very, I guess, caught off guard. He's looking at you like a crest. He looks at it, looks at the back, looks at the front. Everybody around the traveler gets kind of quiet. Huh. Well, this is the crest of Cardi. And there's kind of a murmur in the crowd at this point. Now, it's nothing to worry about. We've seen these things before, maybe not with the crest, but now we know who they belong to. This goes to Cardi. Now, we don't need to worry too much, and that's C-A-R-D-Y for those spelling. We don't need to worry too much about it. Now, it's just one of their crazy thingamajigs or what have you. Now, go home. Go home. It's late enough. Stop by the alehouse. Do what you got to. It ain't that late if you're thirsty. And everybody kind of awkwardly laughs it off as the crowd starts to disperse. And it is you guys and Briar.
Who or what is Cardi?
Well,
if I might ask.
Let's y'all are probably mighty hungry. Why don't we get back to my boarding house and we'll talk it over.
Okay.
So as you guys follow Briar out to his boarding house. So it's one of the larger buildings in the Vale, essentially. It is a large barn-shaped structure with thatch roofing and looks to be 2, maybe 3 stories. It at least has 2 levels to it. Being so close to the town square, it can get a little bit noisy at times, but the noise dies down rather quickly once all of these shutters are drawn and you guys are inside. Briar guides you guys inside and shuts the door with a few locks and then enters the foyer and opens another door. So let me think here. So walking immediately inside is the foyer. It is closed off. It's not open at all. There's a left door and a right door that are facing like inwards. And then there are 2 additional doors directly in front of you guys, again on the left and the right. So he'll take you guys through the rightmost door. And you'll walk down this old dusted hallway. He kind of pats himself down. Oh, there they are. He'll pull out some matches and light this old oil lantern that looks like it's been there for about as long as he has, which could be generations upon generations. The light illuminates the darkened and dusty walls, rather. As you guys pass old, ornate furniture, antiques covered with old portraits that have kind of lost their color and patina over time. He shows you guys that down this hall is where each of you have your own room now. So your rooms have a bed. They have storage, so you guys aren't going to acquire too much. So we'll say whatever you got they can hold, as well as like a wardrobe, that kind of thing, and your own window if you need to look out into the night. So he hands each of you like a private key. So this is just your room. He goes, and we'll continue on down here, and he keeps going down the hall, where it opens up into this old-timey kitchen with those black and white tiles over the floor. It's an island, but it's a small one, and he has this huge cauldron over a low fire that's in its own stone oven. And he sits you guys down at this rectangular wooden table that is nothing fancy. I mean, it matches a lot of the furniture in the house, so you kind of get the idea maybe Briar made some of this stuff. And he'll fill up numerous bowls, and he'll like look around in cupboards, and he'll break some fresh bread for you guys, and he has plenty of pitchers of water. And he'll light a few candles, why not? So as you guys all kind of sit down and start eating this wonderful stew, after kind of a strange day, you might say, this is probably the most comforting or comfortable that you've been this entire time. And he's got like his own bowl, but his is like 3 times the size of your guys's. He like, ooh, that's 9 vegetable winter soup right there. One of my favorites.
You'll have to send me the recipe. It's delicious.
Well, Hadrian. Wait. Yeah, you guys met him. I had to go back for a second. Well, Hadrian. Well, that sounds fine. So,
No,
do y'all know anything about Cardi?
no, not to
No.
my knowledge.
Never heard of it.
All right. Well, they are they're our neighbors to stretch it a little bit. They are to the far south of us. They border the South Sea.
Is it a town?
It is a massive city. They are gigantic, or so I hear. I've never actually been there myself.
Like bigger than here?
And he kind of chuckles as he like slurps up another spoonful. Well, he like looks around and he's like, well, so we are to them what your smaller bowls are to my big bowl right here. And he holds it up. And he's like, now, it's not to say that yours is of any lower quality than what I have here. But he kind of like sifts through it. He goes, but there's a lot more meat, if you know what I mean. There's a lot more asparagus, and there's a lot more spinach, and a lot more onion.
Have you had any problems with them in the past?
No, as far as I know, they don't even know we're here. Doesn't mean they don't. Doesn't mean they won't ever come up here, but as long as I have been here, they have not. I haven't seen heads or tails of them.
Are they known for sending out drones like these?
Like what?
Like we just fought whatever this thing was. Just kind of flew in the air.
You fought? Well, I'm glad ain't you glad I gave you those daggers now?
Wait, the town wasn't told about that? I thought that Elfric came back to the town with us and told everyone. That was my assumption.
He did. He didn't really go in. I think you guys just said like, "What is this?" And Briar was like, "I don't know." Hadrian, as you're sitting there, so this happened earlier when Max hugged you. He got a 17 sleight of hand check. The what did I say? Softball. The softball size shale.
What?
You can feel it in your pocket now. So you have this huge piece of black shale in your pocket. You're like, what the fuck? Oh, Max!
So I had two pieces of shale then? Because I had the one that I took.
You have the golf ball size one and the softball size.
Okay. Fun.
I guess the only place to go next is like volleyball.
Yeah.
Cannonball, volleyball,
I think we'd go grapefruit first, and then
watermelon. Just
watermelon.
Watermelon.
Cool. What did Elizabeth give you?
I'm kind of curious about that myself.
Do we even have pockets in the clothes that we're wearing?
Yeah.
So I reach into my pockets and I pull out. Well, I gotta pull up my notes to describe it. I pull out this small gold necklace with gold wiring that is holding a pink crystal, about 1 and 1.5 inches long, evenly cut, and comes to a point at the end. She gave me this, and she told me not to follow her. Briar, do you know anything that's going on with her?
She what? She told her not to follow her.
She gave me this and told her not to follow her.
He like, are you gonna hand it to him?
I'll set it on the table so that people can
Okay.
look at it.
Yeah, he'll reach over and he'll pick up the pink gem and he'll look at it like kind of he'll pull over his lantern and like sort of lower his spectacles and, well, I can't say I've seen this before. Maybe something to look at later. And he'll gesture like around the table as you guys are eating. Like, did anyone else want to take a look at it?
I would love to.
Yes. Oh well. All right. And Mally is like, she's like holding on to like your earlobe, like she's leaning so far forward, trying not to fall off. Like just, oh, what is it? And he'll drop it in the palm of your hand. It's not very big or heavy. It's just a small necklace. You'd say it comes to right about where most women their collarbone, like it would dangle over the collarbone.
Do I like feel anything coming from the necklace, like any sort of heat or like vibes?
Yeah.
Vibes.
Spiritual crystals.
Right.
So, we'll say Char kind of focuses for a moment on this. And Char, you can feel like if you were to focus on this object for about an hour or so, you'd be able to not only hear, but feel or sense the heartbeat of someone who is familiar to you, but not hostile. So almost kind of a way to just to know they're okay. Like, we'll say you check in on Mally. You can feel her little heartbeat going like a mile a minute.
Right.
And she's staring at this thing. I just spit on my table. And she's like staring at this thing, trying to figure out just like what the fuck is up. And you can like, you're like putting it together like, okay. Like, and.
Oh, do you have to observe the person?
You have to know who they are. You have to be familiar with them, but they cannot be hostile to you.
Right, but they're also don't have to be in the same room, right?
No.
Okay.
If Char tells you that she
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be like, the stone is talking back to me. Everybody, remain calm. The stone talks, and it's telling me that Mally her heart is beating,
and Mally.
She's alive. I know. I know, girl.
I'm gonna assume that Mally's heart is in a similar position to a human.
I think they are. Yeah.
Close enough. And
but I think this is something you have to like
Char,
think about.
You feel her heart like skip a beat when you say that, like da 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 da. And she kind of makes a gesture like, me?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, can I like try and focus on someone else's in the room?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whoever you wanted to.
I guess I'll just, since Arkul had the necklace, I'll be like, okay, and I'll stare him straight and see if I can hear the heartbeat. And like if it's different than Mally's.
So, without like, pulse checking, you can't really know.
Well, like, is his heart beating as fast as hers?
Definitely not. No.
Okay.
Since you guys are all resting and kind of just relaxing over a nice bowl of porridge.
9 veggie porridge.
He definitely has a strong heartbeat, but it is calm. And
it's different. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you can definitely tell that, like, while Arkul is doing minor activities, like his heartbeat shifts with that activity. Let's say.
Okay, this is crazy. I just talked to the stone, asking me to hear someone else's heartbeat, and Arkul, I can hear yours too.
How is that possible?
Okay, here. I'm gonna hand him the stone.
The necklace.
Okay, I'll hand whoever the stone.
and
I'll be like, okay.
Briar's having a great time. He's like just eating his soup with this big old smile on his face, like, man, y'all are a trip.
Okay, all right, fine. Hadrian, take the stone in your hand, right? Okay, now think in your mind and talk to the stone and think about someone at the table. And then their heartbeat starts. You can feel it. You just try it.
Okay.
And Mally is like mimicking Char's gestures, like, yeah.
I take the stone and focus on Felix.
Felix is just gonna be like, okay, do you feel it? He's like trying to make his heart beat faster by thinking about it. Like,
you hear a very effeminate heartbeat ? No, you definitely sense that like as Hadrian sits and like thinks on the stone for a moment and thinks of Felix. You can feel your own heartbeat, of course, and you can hear it in your ears. But holding the stone and thinking about Felix, even though he is right next to you, it almost feels as though like the stone itself is pulsing. And if you look at it, it's definitely not moving at all, but you can feel it in your fingertips.
magic.
So I look up at him, and I have like this look of like pondering on my face, and then I immediately like look back down and like turn around as if I'm shutting out like everybody else in the room, and I focus on Hera.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Briar is he definitely is. He makes one of those like, Hadrian, like one of those checking in kind of questions.
Was it something I said?
Who's Hera?
Do not react to anybody who's talking.
Yeah.
I'm like deeply focused.
Yes. So as Hadrian kind of shifts, you feel the heartbeat first that you felt kind of fade away for a minute, and you hold it. I'm trying not to smile. He's holding
You're doing a terrible job at it.
And it is rather late in the night. And then you start to feel a very slow pulse, where Felix was kind of, bum, 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 because he's up and he's awake. You feel a much slower, steady heartbeat, as though you get the sense maybe she's sleeping at the moment. A calm bum, 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 bum. And you can feel it in... I think Hadrian would have quite the puree of emotions.
Yeah.
Sort of this intense immediate relief would come first.
Yeah, exactly.
With like this so you guys will see Hadrian turn around and completely shutting you guys out and just sort of ignore you for a moment and have a big exhale, followed by like kind of an immediately following panic, like, well, that's good and all, but
Yeah.
where?
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea where or how far.
Mm-hmm.
You just know that.
Do I get the idea that if I focused on the stone, focused with the stone longer, that I could glean more information?
No.
Or did I feel like that was absolutely as far as it would take me?
You feel that is as far as the stone goes.
Okay.
Let me take a look at that.
Okay. I like push it over dismissively.
Hadrian,
I'm gonna...
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
It wasn't
I thought
very
I'd lost
convincing.
somebody, but I haven't.
Wait, so there's someone not in this room that you heard them?
I kind of chuckle and I was like, yes.
Well, that's and Hadrian looks at Char like, that's a chatty stone.
yeah.
Kind of, he's like joking with Char, but
Yeah.
like looking at Hadrian, just like trying to glean some like, are you really okay? But he's not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan?
I'm gonna do it on Maui first.
On Mally?
Actually, just to see, to feel if it actually works.
Yeah, she scurries up like between Char's horns and is like holding them like like she's so excited.
Yes, my turn. Yeah.
And yeah, you can feel the like her little. She's very excited.
And
How's this mouse not dead if its heart's going that fucking fast?
and then I had the same idea as Curran. I'm actually going to think of somebody else as well. This is going to be Akira Joe.
Yeah. So Akira. You'd think that normally she probably would be in bed by this time, but you feel kind of a lively heartbeat. You know, maybe she's out gathering more flowers at this point, or maybe she's working with some last minute customers. You know how people seem to just spill their guts to her, and she was always happy to listen. I'm
gonna just go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to hear more what you're saying.
All of the things that she could possibly be doing, and probably more. She's a very kind spirit. She is alive and well, let's say.
I'm gonna take it to my chest, just put my head down for a second, just be like, "Thank Muhammad." I'm gonna set it back down on the table.
Felix, sensing weird tension in the room from Hadrian's side, is gonna be like,
Okay, so seriously, can you guys all talk to things? Am I the only one that doesn't know how?
Felix,
Try it out
Felix,
yourself. It's been working
Felix,
for all
grab
of
the
us.
stone. Grab the stone, Felix, right now.
I'm gonna make Briar con save to see if he doesn't spit his food out. He doesn't spit his food out, but you get a pretty good laugh out of him. Felix, damn it, boy, I'm trying to eat.
This man actually does talk in a manner of
This
speaking.
stew is really good, but I don't know. It's not talking to me. It seems like you guys just talk to everything.
Here, I'm gonna physically put the stone in Felix's hand, and be like, think of someone.
he thinks of
damn it.
himself.
No.
No, he looks at Hadrian because he's like
Excuse
clearly
me, Christian.
upset. Oh,
Do you recall the rules of the game?
what?
Do you recall specifically?
What is spake or whatever?
It was
Yeah, but
What I spake?
you listen to your own heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, if you're doing that, then he will.
Yeah, so like you can feel it in your chest, and then on like a very short delay, feel it in your fingers. So it feels like one continuous even four beat heart rhythm. Bum 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 bum, and you're like, oh, that's wildly uncomfortable.
Yeah, he dissociates from that, and he's like,
Well, yeah, it works. I don't know. I've never really dealt with anything like this before, so I'm not used to it.
and he gives it back to Char.
well, I'm glad that this stone did talk to you. So they do talk. It's just you gotta find the right ones.
I don't speak stone.
Well, you're learning. This one started to talk to you. So it's a good start. And you talked to your dagger earlier, and maybe that one will talk back later. But I think we need
He
to decide.
embarrassingly
But I think we need to decide, first of all, if she gave this to us, does she want us to think of her? But then she told you not to follow her, so should we think of her at all?
Yeah, did she say why she gave it to you and where she's going?
No, she just whispered into my ear, "Don't look for me."
And Briar is looking very intently at Arkul. Like he was
There
looking
she
at
went.
Adrian, but he shifts to Arkul.
We should see if there's a heartbeat then.
Arkul, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, I'll hand
That's
it to
a
you.
very strange thing to say to someone.
Perhaps her husband should be the one doing this.
What did you say?
Perhaps her husband should be the one doing this, rather than a total stranger.
Well, did I know that Char was thinking of me when she was holding the stone?
I was intently staring you down. So
Besides that,
So
did I have a feeling of
no. So
okay?
beyond her just staring at you, like Mally is still like dying to know like what my heart feel like. She has no idea. So no, you didn't. Other than Char's leery gaze. There was no like you didn't feel anything.
Okay. Well, even though Rigurd said, maybe,
Yeah.
her husband should do it, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway.
Yeah, so
I'm going to think of Elizabeth.
yeah, she at this hour, everybody it's not very long. It's maybe like 30 minutes to kind of an hour after you guys had just met and dispersed with the rest of the town. So no one really would be in bed at this point. You do feel... make an insight check for this one. Let's do insight.
Insight is... It's still going to be +0, but... yeah. Actually, that might be... I've got -1, so 14.
Okay. She has no idea. So, I'll say you're kind of able to discern. So, when Arkul was preparing for any one of the Sentinel trials that he had gone to, you can almost pick up this same feeling, even though it's cross species at this point. The same kind of anxiety that comes before something, and not just anything of a something. This isn't like the day before a birthday or like the day before a long trip. This is the day before something of critical importance, I would say. That she has this almost arrhythmic heartbeat. It's even enough, she's not like gonna die or anything. It's not a heart attack, but you can feel this very strange beat pattern, like she's almost trying to keep herself calm, but whatever is causing this is a bit much for her to handle at the moment.
Well, there is something.
And
But I don't
Briar
know
is
what.
very curious. Can you pick up anything?
Yes, I could feel her heartbeat. It's as if she's anticipating something. She is anxious. This isn't a normal heartbeat of joy or sadness. Something's up. She's gearing for something, and I don't think she knows that she's gonna make it.
Like she's in trouble?
She could very well be in trouble. I've felt this heartbeat before. It's as if, going through many trials at home, the day before, you just can't hold your excitement. But your heart just can't stop. She's not calm.
Should we go find Gregor?
Yeah, if we can't find her, we should find him. That's a good point.
If she said not to follow her,
That's what I'm pondering as well, Hadrian. I'm a bit confused on this one. Conflicted, one might say.
said not to follow her, I think we need to talk to her husband first to see if he knows anything, and if he doesn't, we should go find her.
It's not a bad idea.
Is it too late to go see Gregor tonight, or do you think we need to wait till tomorrow?
Without sugarcoating it, Gregor is not what you would call the most humble of people here in Yolanda Vale. There's a chance he might be all right with you docking on his doorstep. There's a pretty big and significant, I would say downright overshadowing chance that he would not be okay with you docking on his doorstep. However, given the circumstances, I think that's up to y'all if you think that's the right move.
Would you be willing to come with us?
I don't know, there's much I can do. I mean, I guess I could tag along.
I think we should go. What do you guys think?
I think we should go as well, because if she's already having a heartbeat that's kind of scared and nervous like this, then I don't want it to get worse overnight.
There's no knowing what she could actually be doing. I mean, this could just be a one-time thing. She could be doing who knows what. It could be fine tomorrow. But considering we don't know her, do we think it's wise to just go up to a random stranger and start telling him that his wife could be in trouble?
You just said her heart was erratic. Maybe her and her husband were just doing the deed.
What deed?
What? Yeah.
You know, when,
Like the deed to their house?
no,
From
given
outer
that he didn't-
space.
when a man
Given
and
that
a
he
woman
didn't follow her
love each
and she
other.
ran away, I would wager that they're not together right now.
What if she's trying to walk out on him?
Who knows?
Then why
And that's
give
why
the
she's
necklace
nervous.
to us?
I don't know.
What's
Is it
the
really our
point? What's
business,
the
though?
purpose? There was purpose here. There's a clear purpose.
Then I say we go if we think there's enough reason that we need to go this urgently.
I don't think we need to mention the heartbeat.
I would probably not mention that at all.
I
That
think
is
we just
agreeable.
need to reiterate that we
I'm a little.
thought it was odd that she ran away, appreciates her hospitality, and was wondering if she's okay.
It's already weird enough that she just came to me, whispered to me, and then left.
Well, that's a good question. That's a good point.
Maybe she has a
Hadrian.
crush on you.
I know, I am rather dashing, so...
Are you?
Wow.
Are you?
I've seen better looking.
You're the prettiest dragon I've ever seen, so.
You're
Mally's,
the only dragon I've
in-
ever seen.
Mally's like, yeah, you know, as far as dragons go. Still on Char's head, of course. Like, she, pulls out a cracker. Yeah, I've seen
Is this
a
just-
couple dragons in my day, like, you know.
Is this like a Ratatouille thing where
She runs off a cartoon logic.
Is this a Ratatouille thing where she's just steering Char?
No. I think she kind
made
of...
this-
I think she kind of goes wherever Char goes at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
I swear to God, if the big loop at the end or the big fucking zinger is just there is no Char, it's just she's a puppet.
It is
and
only Mally.
Rachel is truly Mally.
That'd be insane. Don't worry, there is a char.
Is a char.
Well, then, Briar, would you lead the way to Gregor's house?
Well, Hadrian brings up a good point. We don't exactly have a good reason to just show up. I mean, we can't very well tell her. I don't even know where she got this. Like, we don't. We're not very.
Do you know of anybody that could even identify what this is, so we can get more information?
You might be able to talk to Hisarna, but he's weird. And even then, he's not really. You know, this is like magic territory, or even arcane. Even maybe it's arcane. If this is, this could be a lot of
Aren't they about the
things.
same?
Not quite. It's hard to explain. Have any of y'all? I've done a lot of traveling, and I've seen a lot of people, met a lot of good people, met a lot of bad people. Some of them have some kind of. It's hard to explain because I can't do it myself, and so I'm curious if any of y'all can sense this. The best way that it's been explained to me as somebody who can't understand it is there's almost like invisible force around, well, everything. And some people have the ability to work with that force. Now, me, I can, wave my hands around and say haka shaka, but nothing happens. Some people could make something out of nothing, and Briar's not giggling.
So you just want to you want to know if any of us can use the force.
I don't know if I would put it as bluntly as that, but
I know people who can.
I know people as well.
That can use the force?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the Force. Most of my people get our powers from a deity.
Or from nature. You can get it from nature. That's why you talk to everything. You never know.
Now that one I understand.
What?
Sometimes weird things happen to me, but it just feels like bad luck.
Oh, that's so sad. Well, I'll make you a lucky charm, and you can carry that to have some good luck next time.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. But I know people who use the force, as you call it, but you do it through nature.
and Mally will squiggle down Char, and she'll squiggle down the arm, and she'll kind of Pikachu step over to Felix and offer him her half-bitten cracker, squeak.
He just Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 fingers it.
And
Yes.
do you remember in SpongeBob when he found that chest in the sand that had the miner with a videotape?
Oh my god.
And when he takes the tape, the miner is like... That's kind of what Mally does. And she steps back to Char he's good. We got this.
Thanks, Mally.
She pulls out another cracker.
Where's she getting all these crackers?
We find them along the way, and I collect them. Wherever I see a crack, I'm assuming people don't miss a cracker here and there.
You just find a cracker.
Mally
the ground?
Mally pulls on your sleeve well, I would.
Not on the ground all the time. Sometimes they're on tables.
And Mally's unless you have to. But you gotta be really hungry.
Right. But I
Got
think...
ourselves a little rogue here.
Yeah. Yes, it's exactly what she is.
Amazing.
But I think maybe we are being a little too hasty. I don't know. I just worry about her. But maybe we wait until the morning and then go in the morning and be like, hello, can we help you do any chores? And then maybe he won't be so mad. And then we can find out what's going on.
Well,
I don't know.
If you would... Oh, did I lose somebody? No. If you would, maybe... Do y'all know Kendra? I don't think she was around yesterday. Earlier today when we were talking.
I don't think we met her.
I don't think she was there. Well, if y'all pass the ale house, it might be mighty busy now. I don't want you going over there when it's busy. She's much easier to talk to when she's alone. If you wouldn't mind going to the Silent Island ale house tomorrow, whenever really, and talk to Kendra, just see if she's okay for me. She's getting a little older, so she doesn't want me bothering her and all that. So just check up on her, because she's been spending an awful lot of time outside, where I really can't keep an eye on her anymore. So,
Spending time with Elizabeth? Outside? What does this have to do with Elizabeth? Am I confused?
No, it's more of a cover story, really. So, oh, hi, can we help you anything? We're helping the neighbors,
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it now. We're going to be like secrets. Okay, I like this.
I heard it.
Well,
Let's go now.
no. We don't need to go now.
But Dale.
I guess if you're thirsty, but you don't have any money, so she might be a little less inclined to help to do anything.
That's never stopped me before.
Well, I'm not going to stop you either. Okay.
Walks off screen.
Yes. So Rigurd gets up and just like leaves the kitchen. Well.
Hold on.
Okay. Well.
Aren't you guys coming?
No, we have a plan to do it tomorrow. We're being secretive. We're asking about a friend and getting information tomorrow. I say we wake up, we kind of judge where the town's at, how everybody's feeling, you know, see which way the wind's blowing, and then go.
But that's what the ale's for.
And we can
I've
still
never
check
been much of a
Elizabeth's.
drinker.
We can still check Elizabeth's heartbeat tomorrow.
We can fix that.
I like that, yeah. We'll check it tomorrow, first thing in the morning.
Okay. Well,
Well, fine.
seems like an all right idea to me. And he like, well, I'm mighty tired. Goodness gracious.
Did you have to really yawn? Jeez.
Well, I'm really tired, so it's called a cover, Rachel. Look it up.
I mean, it made me yawn.
I think I'm gonna retire for the night. Y'all got your keys. Those will work to your individual doors as well as the front door and the foyer. The hallways are a little dark. I'm sorry about that. It's an old house. I didn't really plan it well. But there's lanterns and such around the halls if you need it.
Thank you for your hospitality and for sticking up
Oh.
for us in the town hall.
No, now y'all earned it. Y'all earned it. You did good work for good people.
Thanks for the stew as well.
Absolutely. And he like gathers the bowls. I'll take care of this. Y'all get to bed. If even half of what you say is half true, you must be pretty tired. Go on, get.
All right.
Thank you.
Felix scurries to the room.
Yeah, run up to wherever my room is.
Cool. Before you
So-
go to your room.
Yes.
Could I borrow that necklace?
Sure. Here you go.
It does talk to you, I promise.
Yeah, you can wear it as a necklace. Yeah, it definitely fits around Rigurd.
Do you feel
Alright.
anything?
Oh, did I feel
Maybe
What was
later.
the name of the alehouse again?
The Silent Island Ale House, and he asked you to check on Kendra.
You got that part.
So, in terms of resting for the night, I will let you guys decide if you think your characters would sleep very well in this, like, because it's. I think at this point in the day, it's definitely set in like whatever this is. Like, you know, Hadrian didn't get hurt, but you know he could have. He was almost like stabbed. Like that thing that they fought. That was real, as far as real as it is. So I think a lot of your characters at this point would be like kind of settling in, like we're not home, and this is really fucking weird. So I will let you guys decide if you think your
Are
characters.
we
would,
all in one room?
No, we
your
each
individual
have our own.
rooms. Individual
Oh,
rooms.
wow. He has that many bedrooms. Good for him.
Yeah, it's a boarding house.
Char is gonna gather up all of the blankets from the bed. Knock on doors, like hoping to find someone else's room. I don't know if I saw where people went or not.
You guys are all next to each other in the same hallway.
Okay, so I would like to try and knock on Felix's door first.
Knock, knock.
He'll answer.
Yes?
Are you having trouble sleeping as well?
Well,
Mally has like a
technically,
handkerchief.
Technically, when I sleep, I don't really sleep. I just kind of go into a weird trance-like state, but, you know, definitely having trouble tonight.
Would you like to gather up your blankets and we go sleep with everybody else so we're together at least?
I don't know if I would be comfortable sleeping next to Rigurd, honestly.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna head to Arkul's room next.
Okay, if everyone says yes, come get me.
And
Okay.
he like is like kind of stoked. He's like, because he's like lonely.
I'm gonna go knock on Arkul's door next.
And then he
Knock,
kind of
knock.
like just sits at the edge of the bed, like waiting for her to come back.
Like listening to her knock on other people's doors.
He's hoping that like it goes well with everybody else, and he's like, oh, cool.
So yeah, it's definitely a quiet night. It's definitely very quiet inside,
hear
especially
everyone.
at night. Yeah, you can hear Shar like shuffling through the halls and knocking on each door. We'll say they're in alphabetical order just for the sake of it. So, like it's Arkul, Char, Felix.
Hey, it's for Arkul.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll go back to Arkul's room and be like,
knock knock.
yeah, with my blankies, and be like, are you having trouble sleeping?
She's gonna hear just a little mumbling behind the door right now, and then I'll get up and I'll open the door. Yes?
Are you having trouble sleeping?
But I haven't gone to sleep yet.
Do you sleep?
Yes, I do sleep.
Okay.
I have... I
Felix told
I-
me he doesn't sleep. He does a weird thing. So I'm now
That is
concerned.
weird. I
You'll hear
do
from
pray
the-
to my
It's
deity
not that
before I go
weird.
to sleep.
Okay, well, if you are nervous about going to sleep, I just thought we could all do like sleep together, so we're not as scared. So I'm going through knocking on doors, just letting
Well,
you know.
if you're that nervous, I'll play along. I'll follow.
Okay, so then is Hadrian's room next?
After Felix, yes, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then we'll go and I'll knock on Hadrian's door.
So Felix,
Um,
you hear them shuffle past your door, and like your heart sinks a little bit. Like, oh, she didn't invite me.
That's literally, yeah. He's like twiddling his thumbs and shit.
So Hadrian, there's a knock on your door.
I get up and open the door.
Are you having trouble sleeping?
Yes, actually I am.
Oh, good. Okay, me too. Thank goodness someone else is going to admit this. Okay, well, I've got my blankies. Arkul is joining us, so I have to see if Rigurd is the last one. But I figured maybe if we all slept together, we'd feel a little bit safer.
Shall I go try and get Felix then?
I did knock on his door, and he said if everybody else was in, but he doesn't sleep, he does some weird thing. But yeah.
You
Yes.
hear him from the room again.
It's really not that weird.
But yeah,
Okay.
if you want to go get Felix, I'll go make sure Rigurd's awake.
So Hadrian, you see Mally look off to the side, like,
He'll just open the door and come out in the hallway with his little pillow and like, if he has one, like a black sleeping cap.
Yeah. Yes, I love it.
I just stare at you and nod and then like walk towards the rest of the group.
Oh, good, Felix, you're joining us. And then
He
lastly,
like tiptoes out of his room.
I'll go knock on Rigurd's door.
Yes.
so Rigurd, the entire party is outside your door with blankets and apparently like silk nightcaps.
If he has one, I mean, it's just for goofy.
I hope he does.
With like a little ball in the
And that's-
end.
Oh my
all
god.
he's wearing.
Okay. Yeah. Are you having trouble sleeping?
No, but if
Oh,
I take it you all are. Just
well,
I heard it all in the hallway. Just come on in.
okay. Yay! So now we can all, if we want to, we all get I'll like go in like the corner and like set up my like nest of blankets and be like, okay, this is good. So then we can all be in the same room. So if something happens, we're all here. Because I know it's been really weird, like all these weird people, and the plants don't always talk back. So it's just strange here. So I just figured everybody else might be feeling weird because they're not around what they're used to. Like, I'm not in my house, so I figured, well, we're all here, so might as well just try and make the best of it.
This is the longest
fair
I've ever
enough.
been away from home.
And yeah, and that's hard. And your home is way probably different than this. It's probably a lot like nicer and like friendlier. You know, some of these people are really weird.
While she's talking to everybody, he's just gonna set his like bedroll, whatever he's got, like so that he's just laying completely straight and staring up at the ceiling. And he's just gonna immediately trance, as if like being around everybody puts him right to sleep because he's like safe.
God.
Yeah.
We're just gonna take a blanket and curl up like in a corner of the room and just.
If Rigurd approaches Felix, he will wake from his trance and move his blankets.
No. It's different corner.
So it's almost like that. I know it has a name, but I can't think of it. Where you've got like 3 pegs, and you have to move like the stone, like the wood rings in the right order.
Yeah.
Like, there's really not that much room, but you guys can kind of move over each other, like you need to.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. But yeah, then I'll just be like, oh, that must have been a thing that he's talking about, and she's gonna like go to her pile of blankets and be like, that was kind of weird. Like the trance, because she's never seen someone trance, you know.
Yeah, Mally, like, she, like, lays flat on your head, and she's like, no, this is not for me. Like,
Not how we do it. Yeah.
I'll just take a seat at the foot of the bed and just kind of lean back and
doing the lean, yeah.
yeah, just kind of leaning back with my. Is the foot of the bed facing the door?
Yes, always.
Yeah, so I'll face the door, obviously, and just sit at the foot of the bed.
Okay. Hadrian, the bed's free.
I guess I'll take the bed then.
I was hoping Mally would take the bed.
Hadrian,
He's more than welcome to come snuggle.
Hadrian, like, steps over, like, the planking Felix, like, the curled up Char, the slooped Arkul, and then Rigurd. and well, there's a bed here. I don't know why anyone didn't take the bed. Like, okay. So
as we're all getting ready for bed, Rigurd's gonna have the necklace, and he's gonna think of Oni.
So yeah, you feel.
Looking at it.
Have you make an insight check as well? I'll give you advantage on this one, since you are quite close.
Sight. You sent? Oh, that's so much better. Not 20.
Oh, that is a lot better, isn't it?
First one was an 11, so yeah.
Yeah. So you would know from it's been a while, but Rigurd finds comfort in knowing that Oni still follows the same routines that you guys had sort of done together, like your night routines, almost like. I'm trying to think how I want to phrase this. You can detect, like, you can almost, because it's a natural 20, you can sort of pick out familiarities from the heartbeat, like, oh, that is kind of like the energy that I would feel when we were, like, going to get like a midnight snack, like, or when we were sort of preparing for bed, and there is. I'm not sure how I want to phrase it. There's like a protection of the ritual going on, if that makes sense. Like, it brings her peace to do the things that you two would do together, even if you're not there. If that, hopefully, I think that is a much better way to describe it.
Now, would the stone work on Geld?
No.
Oh.
You try to focus in on Geld, and Oni's heartbeat fades, and you feel nothing.
Rigurd will kind of clench the stone tight. There's a little teardrop that just streaks down the face, and he kind of curls up a little tighter. And that's it.
Damn.
And that's it. So this was supposed to be like the last thing, but it's kind of funner. You guys can hear like some shuffling down the hallway, and you'll hear like knocking on the door. Miss Cha?
Nothing.
Oh no, okay. And then, yeah, he'll hear you guys giggling, and he'll look in the room and see all you guys. Well, another time then. Good night.
Another time.
Good night.
Yeah, Mally doing one of those like big fucking waves.
Was he trying to get with Char?
You heard him like looking for her. I don't know if "get with" is quite the verbiage I want to use.
No.
Hey man, in this world, I guess anything is possible.
Oh,
Keeping me on my toes. So, I'm trying to think. So I wanted to remind you guys that like, I want the inspiration points to come a lot more from you guys with regards to like oh, that was a good moment that like they did, but man, like everybody just fucking killed it. So I'm trying to think, should I roll to see like how many players get inspiration, and then maybe roll again to see who of those people get it? And I think we'll just make it a 50-50 out of a d6 here. Evens, everybody gets inspiration. Odds, we'll save it for another time. So I don't know if I can. Here, we'll do this. So, can you see the top number? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so
Kinda. Odds.
Three.
Save it for another time, I guess.
Save it for another time.
I'm gonna call. I'm gonna say you didn't roll that dice. It didn't. It literally was on 3 when you dropped it.
Fine, we'll do advantage.
Roll that
Like
shit!
what was that game? I think it was Pokemon Stadium, maybe, or one of the ones where you played games and the dice was like, ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 1.
one.
Save it for later, still.
Save it for later.
It's meant to be.
It's meant to be. But really, you guys, like, you know, I said this to my other group, and I'll say it to you guys, like, you guys are the fucking dream team of players. Like, I can't believe like how much and how deep like the RP goes with you guys. You know, it's really like just amazing to like just not watch and partake in, but like experience. Like the RPing with you guys is like an experience, and it's the highlight of my week. And I really appreciate you guys.
And the other group. Yep.
Thanks for being the best DM and giving us a world to RP in, man.
Oh my god. It's... The fucking detail for all of it is amazing, Joe.
Stoked.
So
when's the next session?
you guys, session 3 will be the 21st. Friday the 21st.
Love it. Putting on my calendar.
Hot.
And
It's so far away!
I am going to cut the stream so we can orchestrate a few things. Goodbye, stream.
So we can talk
Bye.
dirty now.
We can.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can. Gawk! Stop
Nice.
the stream. Stop recording.